Well, this weekend I got the opportunity to see a hazmat team at work as they demonstrated their stuff over at Renaissance Park. Let's check it out. Well, I'm here at Renaissance Park, and of course recently we experienced a fire that occurred over in Hovensa and how quickly everyone responded to it. Well, one of the things that is important to remember is those teams who are out there prepared and ready to respond to any kind of an emergency, such as the one we saw at Hovensa recently. And right now I've gotten the opportunity to stop here at Renaissance Park to watch some of these guys in some of their demonstrations in their drills. And a drill is always to be prepared for any kind of an emergency that could happen. These guys spend their entire time preparing for events like what had happened in Hovensa recently and being able to respond quickly and getting their suits ready to go. I'm here with Mr.
Myron Alec,
yes. And he's going to tell us a little bit about what you got demonstrating out here with this hazmat crew today.
Sure. Being that we're in close proximity to Hovensa, we created a scenario for a chlorine spill. Why is that important? Because we have tenants on our property now. We have Geonet, we have Diageo, we have our workers, we have a scrap shipping, and we have the neighborhood here. So we got to do these drills in order to be compliant for us owning a port. So we created this drill a couple months ago. We started talking about with fire, and they wanted to be able to come and show demonstrate to the public that they do other things other than just out fires with hoses.
Right.
This is one of their responsibilities now, which is responding to hazmat situation.
And this is a key location where we're at right now because of being so close to Diageo and being so close to Hovensa. So this really would probably be an activation point or a base for you guys in case of any kind of an emergency that would happen.
Sure. This is much more likely an event to happen in this area than any other area on the island.
And I also understand that you guys are here for contributions as well.
Yes, we stepped up to the plate with fire because, of course, they needed some decon suits, and we stepped up and donated 3 to them. So I'm putting a charge out to the public, all the businesses, to step up and give these guys the equipment they need to be protecting the community.
Yeah, those are some really sophisticated, high-tech looking suits that you guys got. They're 100% encapsulated inside most of those suits all the time, aren't they?
Yes, and again, the protection of for the community, St. Croix Renaissance stepped up to the plate and donated these suits for these guys to go about their duties in a very safe manner.
We also have the fire department here with us today, and they're learning these skills and practicing up to make sure that they're going to be safe during this kind of an emergency. Tell us a little bit about who you are and what your function is today here with the hazmat unit.
Okay, I'm Davidson Charlemagne, hazmat team leader. I have the coordinator with me. This is Antonio Stevens. He runs the unit right now. We out here again doing this drill every time we practice. Again, Renaissance came out and they had a scenario for us. We willingly wanted to take part of that, and the next thing we wanted to do is to let the people out there know that the fire department are out there and we're doing our best to make sure we keep the people safe. Once more again, Mr. Alec said that they're donating to us 3 level A suits. Right now we need level A suits because the suits that we have now is no longer good. We can't use that only for training. So right now, again, Renaissance stepped up to the plate. We're hoping that the other companies out there can do the same because the suits are not cheap. We're looking roughly about $1,200 for a suit. So
and once you use the suit, you can't reuse it again. Yeah, it has to be disposed of properly.
Correct. That's correct. And Mr. Stevens here, I guess, will tell you more about what was taking place here and what we're doing.
All right. How often do you to perform these kinds of drills, Mr. Stevens?
Well, actually, during the summer, we perform the drill every month. Some type of training was being conducted every month. We decided to jump into this scenario with doing these kind of exercises with other companies on island that has the potential for hazmat incidents. So it doesn't matter when. All you have to do is call us up, let us know what you want to do, and we'll try our best to accommodate, whether it's to do a decon or to do a site survey or what have you.
So what is the scenario today that you're drilling? Today
it's Renaissance had a chlorine spill down in the port area, and we came to do an assessment and to do a decon if necessary.
Well, it's great to have you guys here. We're glad to see you guys out drilling, and we hope to be able to support you in any way that we can. And what a great team you've got here in the hazmat unit, and it's a really interesting and a lot of fun here to see these guys working their hardest and getting the island safe for any kind of emergency or disaster. For Channel 8 News, I'm Jerome Agia. Great work, guys. When we come back from this break, your Caribbean report is next, and why 10-10-10 was a big deal down island. And let's take a look at your Caribbean report for tonight. This weekend was the reaching of 10-10-10, the 10th month, 10th day of 2010, and that brought the end to the 56th year of constitutional arrangement between the Netherlands Antilles and Holland and its Caribbean dependencies, except for Aruba as a group. Aruba negotiated its own internal autonomy with Holland, which took effect in 1986. The move was born out of a desire to remove itself from under Curaçao, the largest island and capital of the now being disbanded Netherlands Antilles. After several unsuccessful attempts at working arrangements satisfactory to the remaining islands and Holland, St. Martin led the process that culminated with Sunday's official fragmentation of the group. Once again, the trigger for the breakup has been disquiet between Curaçao and the smaller sister islands. The bickering ranged from the smaller islands predominantly, St. Martin, Saba, St. Eustatia, and Bonaire, fretting that too much power has been centered and weighted in favor of Curaçao. Language has also been a problem, as well as the economy and the standard of living, comparing better and favorable with most of the English-speaking Caribbean Netherlands Antilles, St. Martin especially having become a magnet for migration, both legal and illegal. Debt, taxation, and collection and sharing of revenues has been a long-standing problem in the Netherlands Antilles. Collectively, the islands have amassed an enormous debt of around 2 billion euros, mainly owed to by Holland. The smaller islands have been arguing that the debt was accumulated for the most part by Curaçao. Curaçao, in turn, complained that it was carrying much of the financial strain for especially the smallest islands of Saba and St. Eustatia. This series of negotiations with Holland, in a role of part partner, part arbitrator, resulted in an arrangement with Curaçao and St. Martin will become separate countries with direct ties to Holland. The three smaller islands, Bonaire, St. Eustatia, Saba, will become Dutch municipalities. It has not been all smooth sailing leading up to 10-10-10, with target dates being missed and political power changing hands in St. Martin and Curaçao, resulting in calls for aspects of rearrangement and review. And in Jamaica, the ruling Labour Party has lost another seat in Parliament in the ongoing dual citizenship debate. A High Court judge on Friday declared that the seats held by Sharon Robinson vacant 2 weeks after she stepped down, having admitted she was a U.S. citizen. But the court's decision did not go down well with the opposition's attorney. The lawyer argued the judge give them the opportunity to arrange that the seat be handed to Oswald Senior Smith, a defeated candidate of the People's National Party in the 2007 general election. Justice Roy Jones said his decision is final, and he would not entertain any submissions on the matter, but granted leave for Mr. Dubois to appeal his ruling. Mrs. Robinson will, however, have to pay the petition cost, which will be decided in courts. And the Windward Islands banana export company, Winfresh, has dismissed suggestions of a rift with the St. Lucia Banana Corporation. The St. Lucia Banana Corporation wants to withdraw its shares from Winfresh, but says it's facing a challenge. The CEO of Winfresh, Bernard Cornebret, told reporters that the SLBC pullout will not affect his company.